Welcome, my constant reader friends. I'm Tad, and this is Tad Reads Books and Stuff. Wow, I might not be getting this video out to you in the morning like I normally do. I just got home from my cousin's wedding. Marcy got married today, and I mentioned to her, wow, like 45, almost 50 years ago. Yeah, I was at her mother's wedding, and she was just a little girl. She might only been 3 years old. So it's kind of weird. I was at her mother's wedding, and now I went to her wedding. Really nice, great wedding. I'm happy for her. All, the best of luck, best wishes to her. All right, so what are we doing today? We're in the first week of February, finally. So let's do a quick update. Again, we are still doing Harrow County, Omnibus 2, Graz and I, with the Marvelous Team Up. So please check out that. You should be seeing the next installment for the Marvelous Team Up in about 2 days or so. So still going strong with Harrow County. And I did finish Daughter of Darkness. Yeah, finally, Terry Brooks, Daughter of Darkness. Now, this is book 2 in the Veridian Deep series. Of course, if you go back, I did do a video for the first book in this series, Child of Light. Come on, baby. I like that. We finished Daughter of Darkness, and then there is a third book, Sister of Starlit Seas. Looks like there's a mermaid on here. I don't think we've run into mermaids in this world before in Veridian Deep, but looks like that might be the next book. So we're going to talk about this today. Finally, I know. So what are we doing in February? Yes, I'm going to hit Sinead O'Connor Rememberings next. Start reading that tonight. Look at this picture of her when she was a little girl. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so hope that's not glaring. We're going to do that in February. Also, I don't know if you've been watching, I did talk about this TV series that really intrigued me. I really liked a lot, and it was called The Peripheral. And that is a book by William Gibson. Well, of course, because I liked it, they canceled it. It's one season. It was awesome, and they canceled it. But I'm going to read the book now. I loved it so much. I'm a fan of William Gibson. I've read probably 4 or 5 of his books. Neuromancer, Pattern Recognition. I read The Difference Engine. That was a steampunk novel. And I think I read Count Zero or something. Anyways, I've read several of his books. I really like William Gibson. He's got a cool way of writing. But anyways, I can't wait. I'm going to read this month. Peripheral. And I'm going to get back into my Star Wars world reading Ronin. So this is a Visions novel. If you've watched any of the Visions series that they do on Star Wars, they get a bunch of different directors and they do some type of computer animation or old school animation or something. They tell these short stories in the Star Wars world. And there was one that was kind of this samurai story. So this says, a mysterious former Sith wanders the galaxy in his stunning Star Wars tale. An original novel inspired by the world of The Duel, which was one of the animated anthologies on Visions. I'm actually currently watching season 2 of Visions. Really cool things. They're short. They're only about 20 minutes long. But I can't wait to read this. It's not in the canon per se, but it is in the Visions world, and it should be a cool Star Wars Sith Ronin samurai type story, and I think I'm gonna dig it. And I'm going to do something for my buddy Graz. He sent me a couple books, and I'm going to do it, Graz. I'm going to read Bert Breen's Barn. This is one of his all-time favorite novels, and a National Book Award winner. So I have not read this before, and I love the North Country and the snow anyway, so it looks like it might be a cool YA novel, I believe. I don't really know much about it, so can't wait to get into it. Winner of the 1975 National Book Award for Children's Literature. So I'm going to read it, Graz. All right, let's start talking about Daughter of Darkness. Come here. So what is Daughter of Darkness? Of course, it's book 2. Now, I'm going to go off on a tangent here in a second. Let's get the numbers out of the way. This was published in October 2022. Goodreads does this. I don't understand this about Goodreads. It seems like every book I get, the pages that they say it is on Goodreads don't even come close to the actual pages. So I always say my version, although this is a first. This is a hardback first. I got it signed by Terry Brooks right here. I have a lot of his books signed by Terry. And mine has 336 pages to the story, okay? On Goodreads, it says it's 352 pages. It's not even close to 352 pages. Even if you count, the pages in the back that are blank, and the author bio and the typeset page, it's maybe 340. I don't know. It shouldn't bother me so much, but how they even come up with it? There's no way this book is ever 352 pages. Anyways, get off your soapbox, Dad. All right, so Goodreads gives this a 4.1, and I gave it 4 stars. Yeah, I'm right in line with that. Not a perfect book for me, not a 5-star, but very enjoyable. So, what is it? This takes place 2 years after, get my props, Child of Light. And, of course, we're following our heroine, Aris. Aris is becoming more and more fey. Now, if you recall from Child of Light, she's a mix. She's half human and half sylvan. So she's half fey and half human. Her mother was the sylvan and her father was the human. Now that she's living in Veridian Deep, which is where all the fae and other creatures live that aren't human, she is actually she's transforming. She's becoming more and more fae. Her skin's turning green. Her hair's turned green. She's starting to sprout little leaves in her hair. She's starting to get little green hairs that run down her arms and her legs. And she quite likes the change. She's not quite changed all the way from human yet, but she's getting there. She's not really sure why she's changing now and didn't change before, because if you remember, she's lost a lot of her memory. A lot of, I think, experimentation was done on her when she was in the human side. And then if you recall, she lost a lot of her memory and kind of woke up in a goblin prison. So she spent a lot of time within there. You can read that in Child of Light. But she's now got a husband. Well, they call it a partner. She's partnered with Harrow from Child of Light. And so basically they're married, but they don't say marriage. They say partnered. And of course the family that came with Harrow, Rondon, Char, and Raimi, her sisters now. But we open the book, she's going through she's suffering these attacks by the goblins for some reason. But they're only attacking her. They're only coming to her house in the middle of the night and trying to break in and trying to steal her. I'm sure because they want to take her back to the human land, Harbor's End, where, you know, they can do some more experiments probably on her. But she's kind of getting tired of it. She defeats them easily, usually whenever they do it. But they just come to her house, and they don't bother the other people in the town, in the Sylvan town. But they come after her. So she keeps fighting them off, fighting them off. Well, this time, the goblins have some help. And they've got the help of this armor encased. It's not like he just wears armor. He's like trapped in it. Like, you know, armor encased giant. Big boy. Yeah. And he's not so easy to fight off. They take Char, one of her sisters, and she has to follow. So she follows him. She tracks down. She beats up some of them, kills some of them. You know, then she runs into the giant, and she fights the giant, and he recognizes her. Yep, she finds out that this is actually Malik. Malik was one of the guys that she was in prison with in Child of Light. And they escaped the prison together, but she thought everybody got killed. Apparently Malik didn't, but he must have gotten caught. And again, the humans have done some weird things to him. And now he's this giant encased in armor. So that's one of the plots that runs through this story. We also meet these like vulture people. I guess that's how they describe them. They're like birds that kind of look like vultures, but they're human form. Kind of make me think of those creatures. I can't think of their names now. In the Dark Crystal is what I'm getting a visualization of. But anyway, she runs into these people. They're called the Airkling. So we meet some new creatures. We meet this guy Tonklot, who is one of these Airkling and becomes one of the big baddies in the story. That's a whole nother storyline that goes through that. Harrow, they get attacked, and Harrow gets like put into a coma, but his Inish is stolen from him. And if you've read Child of Light, Inish is like their soul. So this creature sucked the soul out of Harrow, didn't kill him, left him like his carcass there. And this being that stole the Inish kind of mesmerizes Aris and tells her, you've got like 2 weeks to find me a dragon. Bring me a dragon and I'll restore the Inish back into Harrow. So that's another storyline that we follow in here. She ends up having to go to Harbor's End, go to where the humans are to get information, to try to find the dragons. We run into other people in the story, Drifter, Winton. We meet Winton, another kind of big baddie. It's just a fun story. It's a rollicking good time. It goes, you know, back and forth. There's this beautiful, let me see if I can find it real quick right here in the front. There's a beautiful map in here. So, of course, we have Veridian Deep here. This is where, like, the Sylvans live. And here the Airkling live up in the mountains. And, of course, now we've got to find a dragon. So now there's dragons in the tale. Here's Harbor's End over here across this. It's called the Ruffling Wake. This is a big ocean, but, you know, there's, like, wormholes. And it's a cool story. It's different than the Shannara tales that I've read, geez, what, like 40 books of. It's more, I don't know, YA-ish, I would say. It's more gentle in his writing style. Now, there are some things I don't like about it, and that one of the things is it's written in first person. And I'm not a big fan of first person. It's done well some instances, but I don't know. It's just not a writing style I like. I like, though, that Terry decided to switch it up. He doesn't want to write, you know, a story and you're like, wow, this sounds just like Shannara, or this sounds just like Kingdom for Sale Sold. So he's using a different voice. He's using a little bit different style of writing. Some people have knocked this a little, saying that it's too repetitive. And I have to admit it is. That's one of maybe the reasons why I can't give it a 5-star. He does repeat some of the emotions and sentiments that, for instance, well, it's told in Aris's voice, first person, and she just we're constantly hearing her thoughts, and they're very repetitive at times. They're the same thoughts over and over and over, which can get a little bit annoying at times. But I see what he's doing. He's being a little bit different with his writing style. And the only other thing I really don't like is the title. Now, I understand. So we've got Child of Light. We've got Daughter of Darkness. And then the next one, Sister of Starlit Seas. So he's got, a flow going there. I could kind of understand Child of Light title. The Daughter of Darkness, I know where it comes from, but it's not the best title. I just don't. They're kind of childish. I don't like the titles. I'm sorry. I don't like the title, Terry. Daughter of Darkness. It's all right. But I know where he's going there with the darkness, but it's not. She's not the daughter. Anyways, you got to read it. But if you love Terry Brooks, you're gonna love it. If you've read Child of Light, you're going to love it. Now, the good thing about this is you don't have to have read Child of Light to enjoy this, I don't believe. He does a good job of, doing kind of flashbacks, telling the story of Child of Light so that it catches you up if you haven't, read Child of Light in a while. But you also could just go ahead and read this without reading Child of Light, I believe. I think you'd enjoy it either way. Not a very deep, thought-provoking, hard fantasy novel. Very kind of YA-ish. Nice, easy read, though. Again, gives you that feeling of being home. He does a great job of creating atmosphere. I think he does a good job of character development. Sometimes maybe the dialogue is a little suspect. I do sometimes say, getting that thing where I'm like, wow, nobody really would say that or do that, I don't think. But they're saying and doing it because it, moves the story or, helps it bridge into what these other things happen here that shocked me. I didn't think it was formulaic. I mean, it is. It's a search. She's got to go find these dragons to save her lover. I understand that, but there are things that happen that my mouth dropped open. I said, oh, I didn't see that coming. That was kind of cool. Several things actually in there. So I think you would enjoy it. I gave it 4 stars. I liked it a lot. That's Daughter of Darkness. I hope you pick these up and read them. If you've never read Terry Brooks and you've thought about it, but you don't want to get into the Shannara, the 40 novels of Shannara and the years of reading, pick this up. Nice little trilogy. And it's already done. So anyways, if you found any entertaining value in my video, please like, subscribe. Please leave me some comments. I love the comments. And until next time, peace out.